Welcome to my woods. This is the east side. It's a little dense, and I currently have no trail over here. I do know where I am, even though it does not look like there is any rhyme or reason to it. I partly can go off of the ridge lines, and I know certain trees that have funny shapes. This one, for example. And I do have some posted signs up on the east side. There's one there. But as you get into the land, there is almost no rhyme or reason or real discerning trail. You can follow deer trails, but no one's really been here for about 40 years. And as you go through the land, it's quite steep in certain places. My dog loves it, though. There's Otter over there. He's kind of leading the way over towards camp. Up the hill, at least. This is the back 50. I kind of discern my land between the front and the back 50. The front 50 is a little more muddy. This is a little drier, but way steeper. I mean, this doesn't show the justice of how steep it is, but it's about like yay. And you go down the hill quite a ways. But the other issue is there's these whole berms of essentially rose bushes, and they're borderline impassable unless you wanted to spend a lot of time with your trimmer or had some brush hog, but it'd be hard to get equipment back in here because it's so soft. I'll show you what I mean with how thick these are. And they're way taller than me. They go, 100 feet. Some of the spools themselves are probably about 40 feet long because no one's touched them in a while. I'm going to work my way back up the hill over towards the deer trail that Otter's following. But it's kind of an interesting place. My family got it back a long time ago, and no one's hardly done anything with it. So it's kind of been an interesting adventure rediscovering it. But I love it out here. It's so beautiful. I mean, this is the spring here. We're, end of May right now. The foliage starts getting dense, so it gets a little harder to navigate, but he's doing fine up there. There's another one of my landmarks here, this weird vine. It's kind of a thick vine that has a odd shape, but I use that as a landmark. And it's definitely been a lot of work building a road into this kind of steep, muddy land, but it's interesting land. And here's what I call a Smurf pile. It's a pile of wood that I cut a long time ago, probably about 3 years. And I have a small trail that goes back up to camp, but I was shoulder hauling these. So you put a couple on your shoulder and you walk back up the hill to camp. They're definitely a little lighter now, but they still have some heft. I mean, for size reference, they're, a little taller than me, and, but that's how I get a lot of my firewood back initially before I had yard carts. That's how it all got back, really, was going up on the shoulders. I'm just going to restack that one so it don't rot as much. The lower ones will already be a little bit rotted because they've been sitting there. It's white wood and it's sitting in the dirt, so you got to get white wood off the dirt. So you normally lose your lower layer, or it's kind of smoldering wood. Up here's another rock pile from when they used to farm it. Gotta be a little careful of not walking into rose bushes. They do sting. And here's one of the big rock piles here. It's a lot of stuff that's, liftable. I mean, a lot of it they put here with a tractor for sure because, some of these boulders are a couple 100 pounds, but I'll probably rob a lot of this and bring this back to my campsite as I can. I mean, this is kind of my creek that runs down from my camp. There's another berm of rocks up there. Let's see if we can just walk up to that other berm without getting prickered. You see what I mean? They're just all very stabby bushes. So, cherry trees have big thorns on them. They're about 3 inches and they're like hypodermic needles. And they sting a little bit too. So I got muckers on and fairly thick pants, even though it's 75. It's a little hot. But here's the other rock pile that was up a berm. You can see quite a few more. And they're throughout the land. There's quite a few of them. And this berm kind of goes both directions for a little ways. There's another one over there. You can see it. But I'm going to be working my way up this hill and towards camp. But I'm following actually one of my weird little trails now. And they don't have much design or direction, but they don't actually have a lot of sticks on the ground, so they're kind of nice. Here's one of the paths I cleared right here, just so I could walk up to my camp that way. But I'm not going that way right now. I'm going to go actually this way because I'm scouting for something else. But give you a little tour and hope this video helps get an idea of how dense this jungle is almost.